Hi Libra, this is your monthly reading for the month of March for Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and this will not resonate for every single Libra out there. Alright you guys, I'm going to get started on shuffling your cards and seeing what's happening for my Libras. Sun, Moon, and Rising of March. Okay. Okay, so Libra. I feel like for the month of March, and I'm getting this sense that a lot of you guys have been kind of feeling this way for some time. It's like there is this struggle to get out of where you are financially or to get out of where you are physically, where you're living, what you're doing. There's something that is in the physical material world that you're working towards, that you're working on. And it's been kind of difficult for you because it feels like no matter how many times or no matter how much you try to get out of it, it's like there's no victory in that. There's no way that you seem to be able to accomplish it. But you have this drive to still keep going for it. And there's still this desire inside of you that really wants you to express that I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if this is like a job, like a business that you want to make, or if there's something that you want. There's just something here that you want. And you've been wanting to heal something, work on something, but it's like you want to see it done in the physical world. And anything that you're working on, it's almost like it feels like you put in this work, or at least you think about it. But then it's really hard to utilize it. It's really hard to actually make it happen. And no matter how many times you've tried to, and I'm also getting that for some of you, it's like you just don't have the drive or the motivation to even maybe perhaps do the work. Like maybe you feel like doing it, you think about it, but then it's like you don't really know how to go about it. And it feels like this is very difficult for you. I'm also getting that some of you feel like you missed an opportunity here, Libra. Or somebody has felt like they're missing an opportunity with you. But there's still this passion and drive, even if something failed. But there's something that you're not letting go of, or I'm getting it's either you or this person, but for some of you, I feel like this is more or less you. Because I feel like this is something to do with your past, but it haunts you. And even though it's over with, and you know it's over with logically, it still haunts you. Now, whether this is an actual relationship that you've been in that was just difficult for you, or if this was family and friends, there could be so many different things. But I'm really getting here. For some of you guys, this could have been a really difficult situation and you left it, but you haven't quite healed it. So even though you're away from it, it's like you still have the trauma of it there. You're still entangled in a way, enmeshed in a way, emotionally too. Like, just mentally and emotionally, you still exist in the past. You're still living in the past, even though the past isn't here. So I feel like a lot of you guys right now, I feel like you're really focused on moving past whatever. And it's really interesting because it almost feels like what I'm kind of getting, and this is super weird, but it's like subconsciously what some of my Libra's problems are, which you might not be like aware of, is somebody hurts your self-worth, or they somehow made you question what you had to offer. They made you feel like what you had to offer wasn't enough. There's something here where you felt like you were not enough, Libra, when it came to whatever relationship it was. And because of that, it's like you try so hard to achieve something in the physical world, some kind of achievement, so that you can say, hey, look, I own a house, or I have a business, or I have this or that. And it's like something to like kind of almost help you step yourself up a bit. Like you feel like you have to level up. You feel like you have to obtain things in order to be like not ahead of people, but just feel like you can measure up to the people that you want to attract, or to prove to people that you are worthy or that you are good. And like, I'm not saying that this is like a conscious thought. I feel like this is like a subconscious way for you to try and get your needs met that perhaps you never got met by the time that like has occurred. So I feel like a lot of you guys, you're going through this tug of war inside yourself in a way, like trying to figure out what it is that you want. Because it's like whatever you're trying to manifest, it's not working, because I feel like you need to check the motives behind why you want it in the first place, Libra. So I'm going to pull a card, and this card is going to be the last closing message. We're not going to see what it is, but I just felt drawn to do it, so we're going to do it. So let's see. What is my Libra's? There we go. Okay. But one of the weird things that I'm also getting is some of you guys can just be like afraid of aging, or like afraid of things coming to an end, or like feeling like maybe you don't have enough time. Like life is going to pass you by. So it's like there's so many fears that I'm just getting and picking up from you guys. And I feel like it has a lot to just do with the way that you view yourself when it comes to relationships. It's like you have to, like when you come into a relationship, Libra, maybe in the beginning you attract this person and you're trying just to have fun, to get to know the person, right? Maybe you're not putting too much maybe you're just really kind of trying to have a good time. You're not really necessarily trying to drill people or do whatever, right? You met this person, you just want to get to know who this person is. And then once you do, and then say you get in a relationship, things go great. But then what happens is you start to feel kind of unworthy, or people start to kind of notice things about you, and maybe they say something, or it just makes you feel insecure after a while. And then all of a sudden it's like this person or you are losing attraction for one another, because what's happening is fear, doubt, insecurities, and other things start to kind of come into play. And then you start to worry and wonder, do you have enough? Are you enough? And you feel like you have to level the playing field with your partner. But that's what I'm getting is like your mess up. Is like a lot of you guys really need to just learn that you are enough, that you don't have to overextend yourself in order to be loved. And I feel like that's for the month of March is something that you guys are kind of going through, something that you're working on, because I'm getting that for a lot of you guys. Some people just don't ever seem to truly commit, or it's just like you have a hard time committing yourself to something out of fear that it's just not going to work out, or out of fear that it's going to end. And it's like you have this fear of things ending and you don't feel stable, and you don't feel like, so it's like some of you guys might be afraid to put in the work, or you just keep attracting people that don't want to give you the time and the attention and the work. Like they don't put in the work in the relationship. They expect you to carry it all. And maybe those are the people that you attract. And it's because you come off saying, please love me. Please prove to me I'm lovable. But everybody, like your energy gives off this signal and this stuff that it's like, hey, I don't feel like I'm enough. So show me that. And it's a subconscious thing. So it's like whatever your aura is, people pick that up. And I never really realized how powerful our auras are, because if there's like a hole in your energy field, people can sense that. If there's a lot of anger around you internally and it's projecting itself around your aura, people are feeling that, and it's all subconscious. We're all connected. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, needing to really cleanse your aura, really needing to see where your blocks are, see where your like holes are in your aura and patch it up. Find a way to work with yourself in kind of repairing it, because I feel like you deal with people that leech off of your energy, or it's like you're just around people that, they have a tendency of overwalking your boundaries. They're not being a very good example of somebody that you really want to be with anyway. And I feel like this person, like you're always just afraid of people leaving you. And so these people seem super unstable in your life, and you feel unstable because you're around a lot of people that don't really give and don't really seem to be stable in themselves. So I feel like that's something that you guys are working on now. So I'm going to pull some clarifiers here and get some more information. Okay. So I feel like some of you guys could feel kind of conflicted inside. Like some of you guys feel like there's nobody's going to come to save you in a way. Like there's a lot of limiting beliefs that you have about yourself and about what you can and can't achieve, or what it is that you can and can't have in this lifetime. You have a lot of set beliefs that you can't get certain things handed to you, that certain things just don't come to you easily like others. Like you just have this belief that you're not worthy in some way. So the things that you do want are being repelled from you, and the things that you don't want are being attracted to you because of your focus, because of what you're telling yourself, what you're saying to other people even. Like, I feel like a lot of my Libras, you guys are really amazing manifestors, and you really need to be careful what you're saying, what you're thinking. You really need to start like guarding yourself more. Because really what I'm getting here is a lot of you guys, because you're so focused on lack, or you're so focused on certain issues and hot topics or problems, and you just replay it in your mind over and over again, it's causing a lot of you guys to be defensive. Like you had to protect yourself a little bit, but mostly also just feeling like you don't deserve the things that you want. And then you feel like everybody around you is just not giving you what you need. Like, I'm getting this sense that a lot of you guys just aren't getting your needs truly met. And that's kind of why maybe some of you feel so exhausted. But it's like when we don't get our needs met, we go about it in subconscious ways where we'll get that no matter what happens. So we might start manipulating other people to get specific needs met. And it's not like it's intentional, but it's something that happens when you deny a need, because we have to have that need met. A need is a need. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're not getting specific needs met, and you're going about it in a way where you're trying to get people to give you what you need. But in a way, you almost feel like nobody wants to invest into you or nobody wants to give to you. There's a lot of limiting beliefs and a lot of blocks that a lot of you guys are holding. And it's just like this energy of holding up, like it's almost feeling like you don't have options. You're not seeing your options. You're not seeing something. And it's because of disappointments with people in the past, disappointments with things that you felt like you wanted and you felt like you deserved, but you never got. So there's just this difficulty that I feel like a lot of you guys have in really opening up or really expressing yourselves. And I feel like that's something that's been really holding you guys back. And I feel like it's really difficult for you because you get this sense, I get the sense that a lot of you guys feel like you have to keep putting in the work, that it can't come easy. You have to work so hard for it. And that's a belief that you should be questioning, because is it really true? Do you have to work hard in order to be loved? Does love have to be difficult? Does making money have to be difficult? I feel like some of you guys were born with a specific belief that things have to be one way, or that you have to work really hard to get or achieve things. Like, things don't just come easily, or things have to be earned, you know? Or you just didn't deserve it. It's like there's some kind of limiting belief that you're holding, Libra, and that's what's keeping you guys from your abundance. That's what's keeping you guys stuck. That's what's not giving you what it is that you really need. And I feel like that's something that's been very difficult for a lot of you guys. So it's kind of like, where do you go from there? You know? I feel like a lot of you guys, that's been your entire life, is feeling like you had to, like, you're not okay to have needs. It's not okay to have feelings. It's like you had to put everything aside for other people. But that's where you guys are struggling. That's where you're having a difficulty. It's like you want to achieve things so that you can help your loved ones. And it's like, see, I feel like you guys want to do things to impress others, or you want to do things to help others, but you don't ever stop to help yourself. So it's like you're always getting tired. You're always getting worn out. It's like there's always something going on. And I feel like you've just always been there for others, but like, are others there for you? Like, you guys really need to start becoming a lot more patient and you just need to become a lot better at like releasing and letting this go now, so that you can actually receive what it is that you desire, what it is that you deserve. Because I feel like what you guys are doing is you're self-sacrificing for other people to be happy, but are they happy? You know, and I think that that's something that some of you guys have maybe even grappled with prior to even tuning into this to this reading. Maybe you've already felt like your connections are draining you. Maybe you felt like you have to set some kind of boundary, but you're just having some difficulties doing it. And that's really what I'm getting for a lot of you guys, because I feel like the issue that you guys have is it's like you don't want to be perceived as mean. You know, you have this image, Libra, that you want to be the nice guy, the nice girl. You don't want to hurt other people. You don't want to step on other people's toes or cause issues. And because of that, it's like you've kind of became this doormat for other people. Yeah, like self-worth. You need to, like, you're so afraid of how other people are going to see you. And you want to be seen in a good light. Like, obviously everybody does, but we can't control everybody. And everyone's going to have some kind of opinion about you. And it's not going to always be the most accurate depiction of you. But in that person's perspective, it is. People are entitled to their own opinions. And I feel like that's kind of where some of that difficulty is for some of you. Is everybody has the right to their own perception of you. But you don't have to believe theirs. You don't have to understand theirs. And you don't even need to know what their perception of you is. Because does it really matter in the end of the day? All that matters is really what your perception of yourself is. And I feel like a lot of you guys, that's what you're working towards right now, is really rediscovering why you're so special. And once you start allowing gratitude to become a big portion of your time, and to be grateful for even the littlest of things, just to be grateful for having legs, to be grateful for having a voice, be grateful for having eyes that you can see, just being grateful for things that you do have that other people might not have. I'm so grateful I don't have X, Y, and Z. I'm grateful I have a house. Some people don't. Once you start to become more grateful for the things that you have, that's when it's going to become a lot better for you in the long run, because then it's like the universe is like, oh, wow, it's like how people work. When you show gratitude, it makes people want to do more for you. It makes the universe want to do more for you because you're being grateful for what it is that you have. You're not taking things for granted. And I feel like a lot of you guys have been very complacent with where you're at for a long time here, Libra. And I think that's what's been it's like that erosion in your life. It's like eroding your life from the core, just sitting there being complacent. It's like you don't want to be complacent anymore. You don't want to stay where you are anymore. It's like you want to move forward. And I feel like a lot of you guys have prayed for answers, have prayed for like some form of a solution, have just tried to figure out what it is that you want. And you feel very stuck and you have this confusion. And it's all because of this sense of insecurity. You have this insecurity inside of you that's keeping you confused and keeping you stuck. But you're asking for a solution. You're asking for somebody to give you the answer or give you what it is that you want. But really deep down, Libra, you're really the only one that knows you best. You're really the only one that knows what is in your best interest, what is in your highest good, and everyone else is involved. Because when you start doing what's best for you, in the long run, it will be best for others as well, because other people have their free agency. They have their own free will, and so do you. And it's like when you learn to just exercise that and not try and take away others' free will and learn to just stay in your energy, stay where you are, and just try and figure out what's going on inside of you. And once you start to change things inside of you, things externally is just going to fall into place. And I like that quote. I don't know who said it, but it was like, the ego says, once this falls into place, I will be at peace. But the spirit says, once I'm at peace, everything will fall into place. So let's see what your last message is. We have calmness. The inner divine is the witness of all, remaining still and quiet even during intense turbulence. So take a deep breath and then say, quiet my mind, dear Lord, may your peaceful calm take over. That's kind of what I was getting, like just sitting in your energy, staying calm. Because I feel like for some of you guys, you've just dealt with a lot of hectic behavior with people. You've just dealt with a lot of things, Libra. And a lot of you guys, it's like, I feel this, like you have this very kind-hearted soul, and it's something that I think people might try and take advantage of, and maybe that's just where a lot of you guys are afraid, and it's like you guys are holding yourselves back from really getting it, what it is that you want, because you believe that you don't deserve it. And I feel like it has a lot to do with childhood and believing that you weren't enough or that you just weren't wanted. There's something there that made you guys feel like you you don't have very many options in life, that it's like you have this limited perception of yourself because of your family or because of something that has occurred in your life. And it's not to put blame on others or to say other people has caused this trauma, but other people can help influence that trauma. They can help influence what we're already experiencing, because nobody can hurt us unless we take it in. But unfortunately, as children, when we're sponges at a young age in like the theta wave, I think we're in like the theta wave state since like pretty much when you're born all the way to the age of 12, you're just kind of soaking in that information, and that's just what you go off of. So when what you see is kind of what you inhibit, what you kind of do. So I feel like a lot of you guys just need to really break free from that and really reprogram yourself, because a lot of you guys, your energy is just all over the place, and you really need to calm yourself down and to stay grounded inside of yourself and to stay more present, be more in the feminine energy. And that's going to really help you ground yourself and really help you stay in the present moment, which is going to help you resolve a lot more issues. And it's really going to help with your self-esteem. And plus, the more that you're inside of your body, it's almost like the more gratitude you have, because the more pleasures and the more enjoyment you have in life. So I feel like that's going to really help you go hand to hand with that as well. So that's what I have for my Libras for the month of March. I hope that this resonates for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye.